Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Open Book. This is your host, Lakeisha, and I thank everyone for joining. Make sure you hit the like button. Okay, let everyone know that we are live. Let me put this on here. Give me 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Okay. I hope everyone is having a great time on this it's beautiful here, y'all. Here in Texas on this Saturday. We've been out a little this morning and got some things taken care of. And I also have my writing workshop later on this evening. So I said, let me go live early so I can have time to get set up and prepared for that because I'm so excited, y'all. So excited for these future authors that are about to write their books. Okay. Some will get done this year. Okay. Depending on how fast they write, some will get done this year, next year. Okay. So we are so excited for those authors that will be a part of the workshop on today. My daughter also has a dance engagement today. So I'm going to have to look at that live. Shout out to my husband for representing today because I had multiple things going on. I didn't find out the time until it was, I had already scheduled my writing workshop. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just felt so bad. I wasn't on top of that until she told me. And then I was like, girl, let me look and see what day. And I'm like, Saturday. So I talked to a dance teacher yesterday. I said, it's not your fault because I think you try to keep us updated on the app. But y'all, I just been busy and I just really had not been paying attention to that part. But at least I can do both. I found out that I can do both. I can drop her. I'll get some pictures. I can see it live and still do my writing workshop. Sometimes we just have to be flexible, okay, and do different things so that we can get the best done. Yes, hit that like button. Thank y'all so much. Let's see who we have here so far. Hi, Kay Brown. Welcome. Thank you for joining and thank you for being first in the building. I appreciate that. Hi, Marie. Welcome. Good morning from Texas. Me too. Have a good Saturday. You as well. Hey, Kween is in the building. Welcome, sis. Thank you for joining. I look forward to seeing you this evening. Okay, I'm excited. Good morning, V. She said good morning. Open book and chat. I go on my break in the next 30 to 40 minutes. Hopefully, I will be able to catch y'all still live and I will be on the replay for the parts that I missed. Okay, V. Thank you so much. I know it's still morning here. I do appreciate it, sis. Thank you. B said, y'all hit that like button. Okay. Queen said, I'm not feeling well today, so I'm resting as much as I can and catching up on notes before tonight. Okay, got you. Okay, and I understand that, sis. And if needed, like I said, you'll have access to the recording as well. Okay. Hi, Coffee No Cream. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the open book. I do appreciate you for joining. Why in the world? Hold on, y'all. Okay, I apologize. I'm back. Okay, y'all. So we're going to get into a topic. We started on this last night. Okay. This is going to be a series. Okay. I don't know, many of you may have or have not heard of Nika Diwa. She is a family vlogger. They have a family channel, and she has come up under a lot of scrutiny, okay, based off of some of the videos, shorts, and things that she has put out there. And at first glance, like I said, when I went to her channel, I was wondering like what was all the hoopla about because I really did not see anything myself, okay, until I watched Deinfluenced video that she did, and she laid out some things that I had not noticed. And she brought up that point also that if you go to some of these channels at face value, you really don't see a lot of things unless you look at older videos or some of the reaction channels. And that works the same way with the Queen of Kings. Okay. They have tried to clean up their channel as much as possible. She leaves things on there that they want people to see. And when you go to their channel, it looks like the perfect little family. Okay. They're doing all these little things. However, excuse me, the videos that she deletes, okay, a lot of people don't see and they don't have a big picture of what's really taking place. Hi, Mrs. X. Good evening or good afternoon. I will see you this evening. Thank you so much. I'm so excited and looking forward to it. And so I was like, let me see, because as I was watching this video, y'all, I saw a lot of similarities between the two. Nika, Diwa, and Thorn. Okay, there are a lot of similarities in how they operate their channels. Okay, now not everything is similar, but for the most part, some of the things are. And I almost, hi, Beverly, welcome. Thank you for joining. I almost want to say the Nika Diwa lady. Now it looks like she's a little more, what word do I want to put? A little crafty, little she uses the reverse psychology a lot, some misleading captions and everything. And it looks like they do more skits as opposed to like the real life moments, but she tries to make it look like real life moments. I went into her channel and was looking through some videos last night, and I said, oh, I'm starting to pick up what people are talking about. And so today's focus for this live, if you didn't catch the one last night, we compared the two as far as like their cringy content. Today, we're going to break it down with relationships and toxic traits that they both share. Hi, PM. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, let me pull it up. All right, here we go.
It is, and how this is problematic to put forth on social media.
It doesn't matter what your goal is, making a resume, writing an essay, or drafting a cover letter. Grammar.
Okay.
So Nika and Mecca have been open, at least Nika has, about the struggles that they've had in their relationship. And now I want to dive into why it's so problematic to put forth this kind of content and share it with the world.
Good morning.
Where privacy doesn't matter anymore, and everything, including very intimate details of their marriage, is shared. Everyone has had relationship issues. Anyone in a long-term relationship, there's tiffs here and there, there's spats, there's disputes. The big difference is most people in a healthy, committed relationship don't threaten divorce as a way to manipulate their partner. There have been multiple times where she's joked about leaving her husband, about this is finally it, or he did this and it's the last straw, like multiple times. And if you look at it,
okay, now I have noticed too that Thorn has also done that. Her and Brad, they have threatened, or now I won't even say they put it on camera using those titles like they're splitting. Now she has talked about how Brad has said that he wants to give her a divorce. Okay. But they put the clickbait title out there like they're separating. I know she did it in Hawaii, and also she did it when she came back. When she came back to wherever they live now, is Ohio, and he was still in Hawaii, and they were doing a video together. They put a title on there about he's leaving me, or we're splitting. Like they've done that multiple times. And like I said yesterday, like, okay, how many times are you going to use that? And you're putting that into the atmosphere as well. Queen said her content is cringe, stale, regurgitated, old, and she talks about the same things over again. Yes, Adonis and Payne, hate pages, X, lies, and race, wash, rinse, and repeat. Okay. Okay, so Yolanda, you do remember that. Okay. Yes, I've seen that. Hi, Shalana. Welcome. I hope I said your name the right way. Good morning. Yes, so they played this card too.
In the sense of them already not having a super stable relationship, and then she's joking about it and about leaving him and about how she's done, but also saying how their
Hi,
relationship is so
Janelle. Welcome.
it just
Okay,
none of it
thank
makes
you.
sense anymore. Even in her comment section, most people agree never to weaponize divorce or leaving your husband against them or use it as a joke. Weaponizing it is one thing, but joking about it is really gross and really cringy, especially if you have had struggles with your relationship in the past. I think that that's a line that shouldn't be crossed. Anyone who's been through a divorce or is going through a divorce, it's not really a laughing matter. And to end a marriage is a big deal to finally get to that point to decide to end a marriage. And usually comes with a lot of trauma or has a lot of trauma behind it. And it also starts to diminish the seriousness behind divorce and what it means
Hi,
to end a
Sweetness.
marriage,
Welcome.
making light of it or making jokes about it, because at the end of the day, it's not. For an audience that has followed her for a long time, but even those who haven't, who are just like, whoa, too far, don't joke about that. Like, I get that it's just a joke, but you should probably never joke about this. But Nika will use this as a bid for attention. So, this whole we almost got divorced and the husband cheating, when you think about it in the sense that this stuff happened potentially in real life and now you're making light of it, it's really quite a toxic place to be. And there's no doubt
Now, y'all on this part, I kind of disagree to a certain extent. Um, if it's your experience, hi DJ, welcome. If it's your experience and you can make light of something that could have been, hi Nicole, welcome. And you can make light of something you've gone through. Hi Janetta, thank you for joining. I don't see why not. Now, it's not like you belittle the situation, but if we get to a point where we almost were divorced and we went through something and we can turn this into something that could have broken us, but it didn't, and make light of it, I can see, but I would not make light of divorce. If y'all understand what I'm trying to say, like, that's their experience. And so I know with any marriage, you're going to have problems. Okay. If you get to the point where you're like, oh, remember when we did this? Oh my God, we look crazy out there arguing in the parking lot, and y'all do a skit about that. I don't really see anything wrong with that. I really don't. Now, I wouldn't make light of DV. Okay, if it had gotten to that point, but I don't see anything wrong with that part. I kind of disagree with her on that. What do y'all think? What are y'all's thoughts on that? Thank you, PM, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for being a sponsor for today's show. Queen says, sad thing is there's so much that she could have talked about that would have taken her channel to an elevated level, but her hatred, bitterness, demonic, and demented energy trashed her channel. Oh yes, with Queen of Kings, definitely yes, yes. She's trying to get it together now, but there are a lot of people, y'all, that have left that used to be subscribed to them that are no longer subscribed. I know we had someone in here last night. Vicky said she used to be subscribed to her and she's no longer subscribed. And it's a few more people that are waking up and they're seeing how she really is. Nika Diwa, it seems as though more reaction channels are starting to cover her channel and people are starting to see through some of the things that she's doing. Last night we saw some of the videos that she posted that were inappropriate. Her child playing with her dildo situation that she had in the drawer, and she pretended like she pretended like she didn't know how she got it, but you recording it and you letting this baby put something on her neck that you could have had on your cootie area. Okay, no, ma'am, that is inappropriate. Showing bloody pads and things like that. Like, no, we're going too far. Okay, some stuff it just takes it to another level. And I know some people are on the clicks and views, and oh, I need to do this, I need to do this. This will really go viral. Hey, it should be a standard or some type of boundary. Okay, Queen said an example. She's a former, and she's talking about Queen of Kings is a former stripper. She could have had a series on the pros and cons of being a former dancer, negative experiences, celebrity encounters, how to transition out of dancing. Right, right. Now, even with that, see, these are the things that they do. So she tried to use, oh, I was a six-figure stripper, and now I'm a six-figure stay-at-home mom. Okay, baby, that's very exaggerated. We're exaggerating that too much. Okay, what happened to get you to this point? Because you make it seem like you just hopped off the pole and into an apron. Okay, and you are making six figures in one level, and now you're making six figures here. That can be very misleading. Okay, and so that's what the both of them do with these exaggerated topics and captions and things of that sort for their clicks and views. Shalana said that DV clickbait. Yes, it can be clickbait. Yes, people will use situations like that as clickbait, and I don't think that you need to do that. I don't think you need to make light of DV. Now, if you want to pretend like you're in an argument, like y'all remember the viral video. Me and my husband did reenact that. My husband not a very good actor. The kids did better in that video. Y'all remember where it was a couple and the girl acted like she didn't want to go to Cheesecake Factory, and they had a whole argument. She said, "Take me home," and all of this. Well, that was a skit. It seemed like it was real. It was an argument, things of that sort. I get it. Okay, you making light, y'all having a little argument. But as far as like making light of some DV situations, no. Okay, because people go through that in real life too. Oh wait, I didn't read PMs. Well, at this point in her relationship and channel, I don't think she needs to make skits about an argument. Okay, right. Queen says she could have. Okay, did I read that one as a dancer? Okay, she could have used her past as a dancer and her platform to open a dance studio, online pole classes. She's attempting to clean up now, but it's too late. She's done too much and people are waking up. Exactly. Hi, Ebony's Endeavors. Welcome. So appreciate you for being here. You used to subscribe to her for almost a year. Oh, to both of them? Wow, Ebony. Oh my goodness. See, it can happen. Oh, Jay, her name is Nika Diwa. She's one of the family vlogger channels as well. Yes, narcissistic behavior. Hey, Kane, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hey, Terry. Look, Terry, thank you so much because I did forget. This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's continue.
In my mind that Nika is one of the most insecure people on the planet. No doubt about it. And that she does suffer from mental health issues, which I don't know why you're still on the internet if you're struggling so bad. But choices, right? But it makes me feel like she's actually insecure about her husband leaving her. And so she jokes about it and makes light of it because it helps her cope or something like that. And yikes, I hope I'm wrong on that because if that's the case, that's yikes. But to constantly be joking about this kind of stuff, I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way, I guess. That's such a dark and toxic mindset to be in. And it blurs the lines between what's just a joke and what is actually going on behind the scenes of the facade that they've built up online. Because at this point in time, they try to say that they're a power couple who has made it through all this stuff. Yet she is weaponizing their struggles and turning them into jokes for content for her social media. She's openly stated multiple times that they've almost gotten divorced.
Oh my gosh, we almost got divorced multiple times. First year of marriage and then postpartum after this one. It was really tough.
And is constantly posting stuff saying, I can't believe this time last year we were almost divorced and now look at us, and promoting how healthy and strong their relationship is, while simultaneously
Now that's going too far on that. If we're gonna keep repeating it, because then what can happen with that is, okay, if y'all almost got divorced like that many times, then that could make your audience start looking at him a certain type of way, your husband. Okay. Like, oh, what's going on in that marriage? Then it's no longer funny. If y'all constantly almost getting divorced, that's not funny. Okay, so that she's overdoing it. She's trying to get something that's going to create engagement and people talking. Oh my gosh, what is going on? And then people start looking at it like you're just doing this just to get clicks and views. Then that could turn them off and they don't want to look at you anymore. Okay, because some content creators, I quit looking at them because everything they did was clickbait. And when they got on, they didn't even talk about what was in the title. Okay, that can become, no, it's boring after a while. Ebony said it was the race baiting why I left Nika. The rage baiting, narcissistic behavior, and neglect of her kids, and the inappropriate stuff her and Bigfoot do in front of the kids for Thorn. Okay, you hit it on the nail, Ebony. Girl, a lot of people left for those reasons. And I'm starting to see that with Nika as well. When I look through her videos, she does do the race baiting and the rage baiting a lot in her videos. Kane said, internet validation is a heck of a substance to get hooked on, and very empty people seek it. You better say that again, okay? Honestly, they need to stay together. Nobody with standards would. Oh my gosh. Okay, sometimes I'm reading and y'all just take it there. She said nobody with standards would date neither Thorn or Bigfoot other than to be with them actually. They need to do society a favor and stay together. Oh my gosh. Kathleen said you saw it on TV Kate plus 8. What do we see, Kathleen? Shalana said she crashes out in Hawaii because she lied, and a lot of people seen through her. Yes, okay, that definitely was a big. Oh my gosh, Hawaii. That's where I saw the majority of it. DJ said I don't watch Nika Diwa's content. Anything that I've seen on my feed from her is cringe and off-putting, but the comments are always positive. I'm sure she deletes comments like Thorns. Okay, I'm telling you. And you know what? DJ, I know a content creator that does that. She has a whole team that's their job to go through her videos or her comments and delete all the negative comments. Okay. And that's pretty much, she's more known over on Facebook though than on YouTube. So she has a team that does that. So yeah, that they want people to think everything everyone is saying is positive. They try to hide the videos that make them look a certain type of way. Now, I do think that Thorn probably tries to hide her videos more than Nika Diwa, because Nika Diwa seems like she's trying to portray like it's real life, but it's really skits. Like how her daughter was asking on this video from yesterday that we saw, her daughter was asking inappropriate questions about, she heard her mommy and daddy in there wrestling. Like, girl, you told that baby to ask that and then hit record. Okay, so giving scripts and things like that, she does that, I think, a little more than Thorn. Kathleen said, oh, her controlling behavior, tantrums, children meltdowns, even her husband divorced her. Okay, wow. Queen said an example, her live yesterday only has 10K views. People are tired of the same tired A story of Adonis leaving her for pain. Did she talk about that? Oh my gosh. At this point, he should have left and people are glad he left. Okay. He probably glad that he left. Dealing with her, I didn't know she was talking about that yesterday.
joking about leaving her husband or joking about her husband cheating on her. So again, it's taking trauma that has happened to them in real life and using it for content, but also making a mockery of it. And I don't know, that is something that is really uncomfortable. In my opinion, sharing the harder parts of marriage or the struggles or anything, that stuff isn't inherently bad, right? We can all be open there. The problem is Nika takes it way too far because she shares absolutely everything. On the surface, this may seem harmless, but as you dig deeper into it, the reality is that this is a very toxic standpoint to take and to have. And at this point, her fans are even calling her out saying, don't joke about divorce. Don't joke about leaving your husband. And in the grand scheme of things, she is an influencer with influence over people. And her making a mockery of all these topics can become problematic for tons of reasons.
Okay, quick thing too that I thought about with Nika Diwa. Okay. Now we see these videos from her perspective, right? I want to know what is her husband's perspective on these things. What does he have to say? Because it seems like he goes along with these videos, but and I know in one video when she was crying, y'all, about let me see. Hold on. I want to pull this up right quick. Thank y'all for your patience. I hope I can find it quickly, but it was one of the shorts. Let's see. And I was like, this man seems like he sees her behavior all the time and is like, she crazy for real. And I just want to know what he thinks about her using these titles, divorce, and all of that. You know, like that can start making him look a certain type of way, and he better watch it. Oh, I thought it was going to be something quick. Okay. Maybe it was. Let me look under video right quick. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the video and show y'all which video I'm talking about. Some of y'all may have seen it. Okay, here it is. Okay. DJ says CCM. She also sings very badly when she's about to loud crash out. Thorn does. Yes. Okay. Hi, Karen. Welcome. I was on another screen. Let me make sure I spoke to everyone. Hi, Jasmine. Thank you for joining. Okay, Jasmine said, what did Jasmine say? If people are easily influenced, then maybe they shouldn't be watching influencers. Let's see. That's true. The amount of time we have to hear the same tired A story, you could watch all of the Marvel Avengers movies and she still wouldn't be done. Okay. You never hear both sides. Yes, Kathleen, that's a great point. We never hear both sides. I feel he's on board with the bull now. He seems to regret this. Oh, okay. Now, y'all, watch his reaction. I'm going to show just a snippet of this video where she's saying, I've been lying. See, these are the types of titles she makes. I've been lying and have a confession to make. Oh my gosh. So everyone's going to click to see she's been lying. What? What's her confession? She got 38K views on this one video.
I can't keep showing up online when they think that I'm happy all the time, and that's not the truth. And you've understood before, so I'm hoping that you'll understand again.
And also look at the person in the back seat. Husband, like, you see how he's ever so gently holding her hand, and he's not even like have a concerned look on his face. It's like, oh, here we go.
It's just a really hard thing I go through sometimes, and sometimes I don't like to talk
Hey,
about it
Shelly,
all the
she gonna
time
say
because I don't want to be the depressed mom or the depressed wife, the overstimulated girl all the time. But the reality is like mental illness isn't like a trend. It's a thing that happens, and I don't know how to show up as an influencer all the time because I don't want to influence you to be depressed. But like, this is my life, and it's really hard
did
to
he
show
laugh?
up and try to navigate how to
Oh my
climb
gosh.
out of this and rest and like not scare my kids. And so I wanted to be honest with you because I love you guys, and I want to really fight for a space that's honest. And in order to do this, I think we're gonna have to let you in to what's going on in my head right now. And I don't know if it's gonna lift. Sometimes it will lift like tomorrow, or maybe it'll be a couple weeks. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to my psychiatrist about medicine, I think, if it doesn't lift soon.
Y'all, he has no emotion. The man in the back, I don't even think I see tears yet. The man in the back seat, whoever that is like, can we go? Okay. DJ says she's so fake. Lord. Jasmine said, I don't typically comment on these channels because people are always ready to block when someone doesn't agree. No, we welcome healthy communication over here. So as long as people are not disrespectful to myself or to my supporters and everyone in the comments, then we're good. Everyone's not going to agree. That's the reality of life. Yes, so you're welcome. Kane said, DJ, she's on the very edge of a crash out. It's already leaking through her. Yes, another one after she's had that surgery that she's regretting. Kathleen said that crazy bow in the hair. Thorn probably got it from her. Okay. That's probably why she started wearing that bow. Queen said, I feel like at this point, we have all been with Adonis. Adonis, you left all of us for champagne. How could you do us like this? I'm gonna have to see what happened with that because I missed that. Okay, he looks like he's trying to hope. He did look like he laughed at one point. Okay. He looked like he laughed. Oh my gosh. You can tell this woman has been faking unrealistic emotion for attention since she was a baby. Oh, I know. She had another one with her dad. Michael, get off of there with that. With her dad, and she was asking for money or something. And her dad was like, it was like a love language little skit that had music. They didn't talk in it, but she was like pouting and he was give her a hug and she like, no. And then he went and got some money and she was happy with the money or something. So she's probably been spoiled and used to getting her way and things like that. I watched a couple of channels that said Rose is broke and won't get her breasts done. Okay, fine. But then when she did get them done, it was something else. Oh, okay, got you. Okay. Let's see. Yolanda said, oh no, the fake got to go. Okay, Kane said, this poor man. Y'all, it's the look for me. The way he was looking. Did he laugh, Kane? he couldn't hold it in. Wait a second. I am done. He did laugh. Okay, let me see. Oh no. I don't know if I can find the laugh. Let me see if I go back a little. That man did laugh. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. I think he laughed. But Kane saw it too. But y'all get my point. That man knows this behavior. Okay. He knows this toxic behavior. She's probably played in his face before. He's just going along with it. Oh my gosh. And that's what I like to know. How do these men feel? Because the women are uploading the content. Peach does. Okay. We know Thorn does. Okay. So then how do the men feel? They want some participation in their emotions too. Oh my goodness.
First, you have the emotional impact that it can potentially have on the partner. Now, I'm sure Emeka is in on all these jokes, which I don't know why he would be, considering how toxic their relationship has been. But who knows? Maybe it's just a business arrangement now and they're together for the camera, not for any other reason other than that, right? But with her constantly feeding into this notion of like, my husband did this wrong or my husband messed up, it can quickly lead to internalizing those feelings of I'm not good enough or I'm not enough for my wife. And again, he's probably in on all the jokes, but at the end of the day, it's just a really weird and uncomfortable dynamic to try and say that you have such a strong relationship, but the bulk of your content be jokes about how awful your relationship is or how awful your husband is. And I feel like that's where the disconnect and the weird vibes and the discomfort comes from with a lot of people who are starting to wake up about Nika. On top of all of that, we have kids who are involved on this platform who are going to grow up and see the jokes that their mom made about their dad. The girls are small right now, but they're smart. And kids can pick up on energy much easier than adults can. So they feel those toxic, strained relationship vibes. We're going to get into it more in the parenting fails section of them staying together just for their kids and how that's problematic. But I wanted to mention the girls here because as they grow, they are going to pick up on those vibes. And furthermore, she's giving the bullies all of the ammo to weaponize against these little girls. These kids are going to be.
Now, I don't like her use of the word bullies because, see, that's where some of the influencers they get that from. Now, you do have people downright don't care. Okay, they're gonna talk. Y'all know even now with the Beyonce tour, she's brought out her baby Rumi, her one of the twins, and she's so excited. You know, it's a special moment for her. She's been waiting to get up there probably on that stage, and there's so many people probably overstimulated. It's just a lot. Well, you're going to have the ones that are going to say some negative things. Some people are just going to have something negative to say. So we do know that. However, if you put your kids out here, Nika or Thorn, you put your kids out here with certain things that they're doing that may be embarrassing, that may not be a good look, negative, having your kids on live cussing folks out on live looking a hot mess or whatever, you are putting them out in the limelight. Okay. And so when people do react, don't consider them bullies though. They're just sharing their opinions about something you put out publicly. Cover your kids more. Okay, if you know, oh baby, my child's hair needs to be done. Hey, I'm not gonna put them on camera. Okay. I'm not. If I know that they're crying or embarrassed about something, that's not the time to have a camera in their face. So I don't want to say that people that react and have an opinion on something they've seen publicly as a bully, that doesn't make you a bully. Okay, now if you're constantly just, oh my gosh, just talking about that kid all the time, like when you come out, you're just talking about them, then yes, that can turn into a form of bullying. But having an opinion about something that you've seen, that's like stuff we see on TV. That doesn't make me you a bully. So I don't agree with her use of the word bully right here. Kane said, I can't handle anymore. Little Bo Peep, Bo wearing crash outs. Okay. He was kissing her hand after. Yeah. PM said exactly right. Shelly said, my super didn't come through. YouTube count your days. Oh no. Oh my goodness, what happened, sis? Now you said that happened one time before, and then when you tried it the next time, it went through. That is so weird. Oh my God. She said count your days. Okay.
in school one day, and they're going to be
But thank you,
bullied
sis.
for the awful content that their mom puts forth. And it doesn't matter the amount of empowering you do to your daughters, they are going to be affected
Hi,
by
Maple
the
Syrup.
bullying. And they have this stance of they're staying together solely for the girls, which is super toxic and not okay. If you are having more bad days than good days, then staying together for the sake of the children is an extremely irresponsible decision. Because at the end of the day, having two happy, healthy parents who are separated is so much more stable and so much better.
Does anyone know the name of those types of husbands? Pushovers. I don't know if I would consider them pushovers, passive, you know. Now, Brad can be passive aggressive sometimes. Oh, my heart, Rumi was so happy and such a cutie pie. Yeah, she was so cute. She was such I just think it was just excitement for her. Some kids at that age, they just don't understand all of that. Oh, let me get it together on stage. She's just going with her natural emotion. Go in there with that. Her natural emotion.
Better for the kids than having two parents who hate each other, who never talk to each other or show affection. And if you think about the impacts that this can have on their audience, especially the young and impressionable audience that they have, well, that's not okay. You're promoting such a toxic relationship dynamic and this idea of staying together for the kids. That's not a healthy dynamic to promote to the mass public, because at the end of the day, they are influential people who are going to alter people's perception of relationships and healthy relationships, or what to expect in a relationship. And that's where influencers need to be responsible with the content that they put forth. What this does is it takes that trust that the audience has built in this couple.
Oh, that is so true. I agree. What message are you sending out? So if you are portraying that you've been in an abusive relationship, and I've said this even with BB, those of you who don't know who I'm talking about when I say BB is former Mrs. LaTruth that was married to LaTruth. She's in a current relationship with the actor Janelle Young, and she has come out herself talking about the abuse. Okay, the things he's done, hit her, or not hit, but choked her, spit on her, and all of that. Hold on one second. And so then she proceeds to try to delete these things off of YouTube and Facebook. However, the truth is out there. So what message are you sending out to young girls that are following you? Oh, if a man calls you all kind of B words and chokes you, spits on you, oh, it's okay to stay with him. So if y'all are not Nika and Thorn, if y'all are not divorcing, why continue to put that narrative out there and put these little titles to get clickbait? You're speaking that into the atmosphere and over your marriage. And it is sending a message to others that, oh, you can be with the man that does this or is lacking in this and still be with him just for the sake of the kids. No. And kids will later on resent you if you stayed together just for their sake and y'all didn't even love them. That's like they're being bamboozled. Okay, so that's the message that could get out when you continue to put these narratives out here, but you're staying with the man. Let's see. Karen said the content creators call everyone bullies, and we have been all rooting for this lady for her exposure. But bully now was a poor choice of words. Okay, Karen. Like I didn't agree with that verbiage. In this video. Husbands going along with everything so their wives don't expose them. Okay, that's what y'all call. Do you ever invite people on your panel to speak? Sometimes. Yes, sometimes. I know this cactus cringe bathing suit try on is taken down. KG and hi. Did she take it down? What's she trying to hide in that video? She does when there's an open discussion. Right. Yes, we do. KG, I've been reporting her when she's inappropriate, left and right. I got an email. It was taken down. More people must have done it too. Oh, really? You mean to tell me they took something of hers down? I'm surprised. Oh my goodness. I'm really surprised. I wonder if it got reported. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know she's upset. I'm surprised something got taken down because, hey, I thought her channel was invincible. Okay. Wow.
And spits and stomps on it. Nika's like, oh, your trust? Thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to...
Mom, can you come pick me up? I'm scared. I can't do this anymore. It's so stressful.
Hey, sounds like you need some help. Have you ever heard of Grammarly?
Oh, yeah, the grammar and spelling tool.
Oh, trust me, it does much more than that.
Throw it over there for now. Because to say that you're in such a healthy, happy relationship while simultaneously joking about divorce and constantly leaving him, and also sharing that you almost did get divorced and were super toxic, that's confusing AF for anyone. And if you think about her children being at the center of all this chaos, like, oh my gosh, what? What it shows is a huge disconnect between the private reality and the public perception of them. And putting forth all of their dirty laundry and leaving nothing private opens the door for scrutiny. And in a relationship that's already toxic or rocky, that's not a good place to be. Influencers need to be responsible about the real world impacts it can have on their audience.
Right. If you're putting out, if you're already rocky, okay, but you're still putting out these videos talking about, let's not pretend I didn't help you and you had a daughter and you're a deadbeat and XYZ. That probably is not the route to go. Okay, people already think you have problems, and then you put a caption, oh my goodness, we're divorcing, or I cannot believe he did this again. It can start looking one-sided. If a man yells, she's a whore in public, he does not respect you, especially in front of the kids. Especially in front of the kids. Okay, y'all hit the like button. Thank you so much. Right, that was a win. I'm glad that YouTube at least took this video concern seriously. It was cringe and inappropriate. Right, now y'all sure it wasn't her taking it down? They may have given her an option since she runs YouTube. Yeah, a win. I'm surprised. Wow, because none of her, I've never seen them actually do anything. She felt that deflate. Yes, y'all, if you would like to send a cash out blessing today, Shelly did put that in the chat. It is for free to hit the like button. Also, if you would like to send a super chat of any amount, that would also help with the goal. I appreciate you all. Okay, let's continue.
Because at the end of the day, without an audience, the influencer is nothing. But there's a much deeper impact to posting these kinds of inconsistencies. Constantly joking about stuff that's really heavy and strenuous on marriages and relationships starts to normalize divorce and cheating, and it starts to diminish the seriousness that is behind those things. And in my honest opinion, I think it's promoting a super toxic and unhealthy relationship dynamic. Because if your first thought is to leave your partner or run away from your partner every single time you have an argument or a bit of a tiff, well, that's showing your own.
Okay, that's a good question, y'all. Who is this? Karen had. I have a question because I don't know how it all works. When you and many people report a video, does YouTube list those people that report to them, and it's only good from a desktop? You know, I don't know. I haven't been a part of a mass reporting, but I don't think unless you're appealing something on a strike that they'll have your information. They may just get the information that video was taken down because it was reported for XYZ. But I don't think that they have it. And I don't think you have to do it from a laptop. Right, Shelly? She said, your mama. Okay. And she was specific in who she was talking to. Okay, KG said, Kathleen, I figured we might as well stop her now with the disgusting new cringe melons content. Bigfoot funneling her on the family channel. What? I haven't seen any of that. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Jasmine said to me, that's like blaming the music for how kids are acting. It's literally not their job to raise them and have that much influence on them. If my child started acting wild, no, I would blame Cardi. I'm trying to understand it. To me, that's like blaming the music for how kids are acting. It's literally not their job to raise them and have that much influence on them. If my child started acting wild, no, I will. You said no, I will not blame Cardi, or no, I will blame Cardi. And I'm wondering, to add on to Karen's question, if you put your phone on desktop mode, if you can report like that from your phone. Probably so. Okay, Kane says she reported from her phone. Yes, like, okay. KG, she used her phone. So you can use your phone. PM said, yes, it's only good if you report from a computer or laptop because you have to list timestamps. Not sure if they show who reports. I don't think they show that part unless you're doing like a counter, to an appeal. I mean, to appeal a strike, then it will have your, because you have to enter in your information. She's going to Blackthorn and support her, basically saying can't blame influencers for what they put out there. Yes, whatever they put out there is public. Yes. So if if you know that you're already struggling and you're constantly, if you're struggling in your marriage, like either one of these couples. Now I don't know if Thorn and y'all got me calling the men. Oh my God, Brad are having problems now. I know in the past it seems like there were some problems. Then to continue to put out there that narrative of divorce, people are going to think that you're divorcing. Okay. So people may, depending on, since we see more of her perspective in her videos, they may start looking at him and getting upset with him and not liking him because of what's being put out there. If you're putting things out there, if your children are acting a certain type of way, there's also a delete and an edit button. Okay. So obviously, if you leave it out there, you want people to talk about it. Okay. And people going to talk about what you keep out there. So yeah, we blame those people for leaving that stuff up. They know it's going to get some clicks and views, so they keep it. Okay. When Thorn was washing her son in cold water, he was trembling, hair all in his face, water in his face. She was barely washing it. She knew that people would get upset about that. She kept it out there. Okay. So just leave it. I would delete it or edit it. At least the Nika Diwa lady, she blurs out her own kids' faces. Thorn, she didn't even try to blur her kids out. Okay, at least this lady trying to cover them. Cover your kids, cover your marriage. Quit putting stuff out there unless you want a certain narrative getting out. Okay, Kathleen says she'll dust a computer. Karen, I do think a computer is best. I have heard that before. Okay. Karen, right, it has to be a computer. Okay, YouTube will send you a confirmation. Okay. You can't blame influencers. You can only blame yourself for watching and allowing it to. Y'all silly. Jasmine, so you're saying that Thorn placing her kids and inappropriate content on social media is not to blame. It's to blame if people are coming for the kids and talking about what they're doing. I agree. I believe that if you keep it out there, and we can have healthy conversation in here. I don't care if Jasmine supports her, as long as she's not being disrespectful, hey. But Jasmine, if you have kids, okay, and your kids are on live, which she has over 1 million subscribers on live, cussing their father out, cussing their grandparents out, how come she did not just say, oops, hold up, let me delete this? There's a point to get them in their place and to tell them to stop. So she encouraged it and allowed it. So then someone has captured the moment and they react to that and they're wrong. No, she is wrong for putting her kids out there to do that. You know, she has control over what she puts out. So yeah, people are going to watch it just like we watch football, and we may not necessarily like football, but we watch it and we're gonna talk about it. So anything we watch, we talk about. We talk about reality shows, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Married to Medicine. All of it seems like for entertainment purposes, we're gonna talk about it. So yeah, don't put it out there. I'm saying it's your fault for letting it influence you. It doesn't influence us. We talk about it. We react to it. Baby, believe me, we ain't trying to act nothing like what Thorne and Nika Diwa is doing in real life. Okay. So it's not influencing us. It gives us something to talk about. Okay, baby. Yeah. Okay. Accountability doesn't reside where she stays. People watch what the influencer puts out. If said influencer decides to put content out that is embarrassing, inappropriate, and detrimental to their children's well-being, it is their fault. Exactly. Yes, I agree with that. Kane Corso, okay, maybe they allow you to use your phones now. Okay, got you. Kane said, I grew up in the 80s. I remember when people were so upset with music because they said it affects the kids negatively. Yes, I agree. If you left your marriage based on an influencer, do you think that Rose would be responsible for that in court? No. Karen said, I only have a phone and tablet, so I thought it wouldn't count if I ever did it from them. Also, I figured if YouTube ever told people, told all that reported, there would be a mass retaliation. Right? I don't think they do that if it's just for something like that. No, because there's too many people out here mass reporting videos. I'm not going to waste my time with this. PMs, when I used to report, it only gave me an option to push a button, but recently they let me write it out. Okay, that's awesome. Hi, Peggy, welcome. No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. Right, exactly. So people can put whatever they want out here, but we don't know what goes on behind closed doors anyways. Okay. Open this girl's trying to say that the people who are actually influenced by these influencers are more to blame than the actual influencers and the bull crap they put out. Well, in a sense, I this is what. Okay, close that, Micah. This is what I'm kind of getting out of what Jasmine is saying. Like, if you are watching Queen of Kings and they are saying they're getting a divorce, basically, if you get a divorce from your husband, you can't blame Queen of Kings for your decision. I get that part. I agree with that. However, what I was saying was there are some things that are being put out because we're talking about two different things. There are some things being put out. Hey, Queen Steph, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I wish I had the music like you. Okay. Y'all, Queen Steph has a whole vibe over there. When she's roasting and talking about people, baby, you jamming to the music. Okay, you ready for her to hit that music over there. It's a whole vibe. Shout out. Look, I want to be grown like that. I got to get my gadgets to work. I still have them box stuff I have to learn how to use. Oh my goodness. Now, my point was, if you are, whatever the influencer, I don't care who it is, okay, whatever they are putting out publicly is open to reaction channels talking about or supporters talking about. That's what I was talking about. Yes, you can't blame another couple for your decision. So I agree with that aspect. But at the same time, you cannot blame people for talking about stuff that you put out. So those are two like totally different things. Yeah, people can get too invested. What I'm saying is it's not her fault. Yeah, okay. So I think I touched on that. I'm behind in the comments. Okay, Ebony said influencers have a certain standard to uphold, especially when you claim to be a family channel, which means not just adults are watching, teenagers and kids are being influenced watching also. Yes, because my daughter just told me while I was in here, she said she watches Nika Diwa. What? You do? Oh, Lord. You're welcome, Karen. Janelle said Thorne is responsible for the trash content she puts out. Okay. That's on her, what she puts out. Jasmine, you're entitled to your opinion and support of Thorne. I do not and will not, based on her past and current actions. So respectfully, we agree to disagree. Okay, see, that's very mature. Janelle said there are plenty of young and impressionable girls watching to care what you put out on a public platform. Yes, depending on your audience, some of these young ladies have younger crowds that watch them. So they have to be careful of the messages. That's why I did that video the other day about, is she putting out the right message? Okay, because you can't make, y'all, she finally talking about she feels like a woman. Girl, you should have felt like a woman having some babies. Okay. You done pushed out 4 babies. Okay. That does not make you a woman though. Okay, she's making it like getting boobs and things like that. Bigger boobs makes you a woman, make you feel like a more of a woman and not a boy. That could put out the wrong message to some of these young girls where they start thinking about, oh my gosh, I got to go get me some bigger boobs to feel more like a woman. Now younger teenagers and younger girls may be very impressionable because they look up to these magazine girls, these models, and things of that sort. So yeah, grown-ups with some maturity and self-confidence and things like that, they're still trying to find themselves. Okay. So yes, they're going to be more impressionable. But adults, yeah, we're not going to, just because someone does it, we may not necessarily do it. So it depends on who's watching you as well. Please hit the like button. Let everyone know we are live. No, she's not about to gaslight me as if we don't know about right and wrong. Let's not pretend. Okay. Kathleen, she has nothing to influence me. She's sick. Right. I definitely know I'm not influenced. I laugh. It's entertainment for me. Okay. Yes. Okay. You have 3 kids. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I feel like I've lost brain cells. Y'all silly. Just keep going. We're gonna keep going, keep moving. Okay, the lesson I pretend was the beginning of the end. She exposed herself. Yeah, she exposed her own self. We didn't even know. She even did a live even recently where um she said that we would not have known about Brad's daughter had she not exposed that, because she was trying to make him look a certain type of way, because people felt that she came into the marriage with these kids and he looked perfect. So in order to make him look less perfect, she told his business. We didn't go looking for it. She told it. Okay, if people wouldn't put this stuff out, we wouldn't know anything about them to this degree. Hello. Hello. Thank you, Kane Corso. Yes. Okay, Jasmine, agree. Woo, woo, woo. See, we getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. It's entertainment, right? Yes, Queen Step Girl. I need you to teach me your way. I want to be able to roast like that and hit the music. Baby Queen Step. I forget who she talking about, what she talking about. I just be waiting on the beat. Okay. In her lab, somebody, what we doing? What we doing here? Okay. Look, I'm like, I want to copy, copycat. I love it though. I love it. Congratulations on your channel. Keep pushing, sis. Keep pushing. Okay, thank you, Jasmine. I feel like you're attempting to blame us for reacting to the content and actions of Thorne. You're not going to put that on us. Thorne made her choices, and Thorne needs to take accountability, right? Queen saying you feel like isn't relevant. Saying you feel like isn't relevant to reality. I don't know what that one is. Is it really entertainment? I think it's entertainment. Yeah. Some of that stuff, I don't think it's their real life, to be honest. Okay, she's speaking on everything Blackthorn puts out that may negatively influence the people or children that come across as nothing is Blackthorn's fault, according to her. Well, my thing is, according to what's put out there, and reaction channels react to, yes, it is that person's fault. Because don't put it out there. That's my stance on that. There wouldn't be no defending of this trash creator that I can comprehend. Yeah, silly. That's their parents' fault for even needing to look up to someone that they don't know. Hi, TNC. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Time out for DV. Yes. Okay. No more DV. They're responsible for the way they embarrass their kids, but to be busy, worried about the dollar amounts that they haven't realized the damage they're doing to their kids. They just like Disney at this point. Okay. Right. Oh my gosh. Stop blaming everything on the parents. It's the parents' fault. Anything my kids do, it's our fault. No, I don't agree with that, Jasmine. Because there are some ways, like some things that you could teach your children. I'll even use me as an example. My mom taught me a lot of things. And guess what? When I turned 20, okay, and grown out of the house, there was some stuff I did that I knew my mama didn't raise me to do. But because she raised me right, though, I eventually came back. She trained me up the right way. But we all experiment, go through life ourselves. So no, I'm not gonna say everything my kids do. My daughter got in trouble yesterday. I know I've taught her not to talk in class. You listen to the teacher and so forth. I'm not taking the blame for that. No, the blame is on her. You know how to keep your mouth closed. Okay, if the teacher tells you to be quiet, close your mouth. That's on her. I've taught her, so I'm not gonna take the blame. Okay, kids got have to take some blame, as well. And then even with her kids, I mean other kids, yeah, if you're talking with your friend cannot control your mouth. So to a certain degree, I see what you're saying on that part of it. Yeah, we can't blame our actions on others all the time, but we can also, whatever people put out here, we have the right to react to. Yes. Right, and it puts out a wrong message to all the women who had to lose their breasts due to cancer, or who just does not have breasts, big breasts naturally. Right, B, and that's the point that I was trying to make. I wouldn't keep on putting that message out there because it can make her own supporters feel some type of way. What is upsetting to me is she got the surgery, but the kids lost weight and had to go without. They could have gone to Disney. Yeah, we're at least Peach taking her kids to Disney. They done went to Disney 21,000 times in 3 days. They seem to not realize everything we know comes from their mouths. Right. Let me go to the end because I'm getting behind and work my way up. When a child reaches a certain age, they will do whatever, and the parents are not to blame. Right. At what age, Jasmine? But no, I'm not responsible for my child. Yeah. Mm-mm. Okay. I read that one. I was trying to work my way, get caught up. Always use everything as a teaching moment for your kids. Yes, I definitely agree. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Level of insecurities, and also your
I love this
insecurities in the
conversation.
relationship. Oh, well,
We're
yeah, he did
mature.
this, so
We
I'm
know how
just
to
going to leave him
communicate.
for that. That type of mentality isn't okay. With divorce rates being so high, I don't think we should be here joking about it and making it just like a laughable thing. It's not. It is a serious decision to end a marriage. And there are very valid reasons to end a marriage. But her joking about these dumb things that her husband did that mildly annoyed her, and joking about just calling it off, I don't know. It's just not okay, in my opinion. And for it to be constant is really gross. For women who are currently going through divorce, these kinds of jokes can be seen as really insensitive. And while it's not her job to cater to people and to the individuals
Oh Lord, y'all, I was on mute. How long was I on mute? I'm just talking. Oh Lord. I was saying thank you. The sound wasn't off, y'all. I was still on mute. I said a whole lot too. Okay, I said that I agree with what KG put, that this can happen in schools as well when students have IEPs and they depend on that and use it when it's convenient, like when they get into like knowing what that really means if they're in special ed. Well, when I taught those students, me and the special ed teacher worked together inside the classroom, and I would give them the regular ed student work as well because I wanted to push them. Okay, because you don't always have to just because you don't know something. Let me pull the I got this card. No, 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 no. You still try your best. Okay, and so I don't think it's right that if a person has a mental illness, that people are using that lightly just for clicks and views, and they pull out the I got this depression. No, you're only trying to get you some more super stickers and super chats. Okay. So yeah, if you have real mental illness, that's not anything to play about. And I was saying here, Jasmine, I do agree. I agree with, I think the parent really was there and pushed the child and helped them with homework. And then the child goes into the classroom and they do well on the assignment. Both should take some credit. Okay. Like I was saying the other day, when I needed, every time I had a test in college and I stressed out and I had anxiety, I would call my mom. I said, my mom should have gotten a degree too because she prayed with me, encouraged me. Okay, so both of us should have gotten a diploma or a degree. Okay. PM, that's doing the bare minimum. The cactus can't do that. I read that. Okay. And I said here, I didn't see that video. Debbie, I said, hi, Debbie. She said it was taken down. In my opinion, Jasmine is hyper focused on the wrong thing. The point is, the type of content that Blackthorn decides to put out is very bad for society and her household. Yes. Thank y'all for telling me. I was just talking up a storm. KG, she looked so happy and was all lit up, smitten. I've never seen her with Big Bertha. Not Big Bertha. Yeah, I told y'all she loves that man. She misses that man, that man, that man. This is beginning to be a pattern. Yes. Okay. Okay. Cane Corso mom, right. It almost made me kind of sad. Sad for the boys and for the family. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yes, I was talking like 5 minutes. Oh my gosh. See the phone. Okay, go tell daddy. Let's see. Trying to understand the point of this conversation and attempt to defend Thorne. Are you saying that Thorne is not responsible for the content that she made the decision to put out or what? Yeah, I see it's like we're talking about two different things. KG, the boys are so neglected. It breaks my heart. Right. I'm sure number two, visiting Adonis's parents was bittersweet. They love them and enjoy them, and yet Cactus may never let them see the grandparents again. I hope she will. Like for me, if my child does horrible in school, I would have to be beyond pissed off. Yes, I agree because I get upset too. And I'm like, what do we need to do? Got to get this up. Kane said, I know this is always something. It's that time of the month, postpartum, bipolar, hormones, the true pages, Adonis, champagne, the mom, the in laws. When is it ever her own fault? Never. I'm telling you, some people you will never hear them say they wrong or take accountability. Never. It's going to always be someone else. I've noticed that even with another content creator. Never takes responsibility, accountability for nothing. It's how can I deflect? How can I duck and dodge? They will not say when they're wrong. They're going to find out when someone else is wrong. What can I bring up on this person? You never say when you're wrong. Okay, I can't have conversations with people like that. If you're never wrong in a situation, there's a problem. Okay. Hey, Southern Belle, welcome. KG, family erasing is real. That's what she's doing. That's sad. It's always an excuse, never respond. Right, Queen? Right there. Yes, that's how I feel. Cactus doesn't send them to school half the time and doesn't do homework or help them read or fill their bellies before school. They aren't set up for success. So I do blame her and Bigfoot. Ooh, right, because you got to do your part too as a parent. So I'm not saying that you get a free pass, excuse me, a free pass. Okay. I will say this: if those grandparents or their dad interrogated those kids when they were over there and Blackthorn found out, they will not be back without a court order. Okay. Jasmine says she's responsible for putting the content out. However, she's not responsible for how it plays a part in people's life. Okay. I agree. Okay. Can we agree to right there? Okay. So she's agreeing with us too. I think we are all on one accord with that part now. Because I agree. People, I mean, yeah, if the people do it because of her, then yeah, you've reached an unhealthy boundary because you have your own life, and these people is for entertainment purposes. That's how I look at it. Okay, I do look at it like that's not real life. Oh my goodness, it can't be. I think we're all being punked. Since the focus seems to be on school and what kids are doing in school, they aren't set up for success, and that falls on them as parental figures, right? Okay, let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Jasmine, all the children need speech therapy and are losing weight. She's not doing something right. Right. Those kids need to be in school. They're missing a lot of school too recently. No, I don't agree with that BS. She promotes herself as an influencer. So once again, you and I gaslight me. Y'all are silly.
Needs. It is something to be mindful about when you're constantly putting forth this kind of content. Because at the end of the day, it's not relatable content. Because most people who have a spat with their spouse don't immediately jump to divorce and then run on TikTok and make a joke about it. Like, do you see where the disconnect is there? And overall, these kinds of jokes, especially with how constant they are, can allude to what's going on behind closed doors that's kept private, I know, shocking, from the audience. It's not just the jokes that aren't okay, but it's the promotion of these toxic traits and toxic behaviors that Nika tends to do. We're normalizing stuff that shouldn't be normalized. So let's talk about some toxic traits that I was able to pick up on. Both Nika and Emeka can be toxic AF.
We listen but don't judge. I'm
Oh,
often in
this
the
here.
habit of going to Target by myself with your credit card. And it makes it look like you're spending too much.
We listen but don't judge.
Is there anything else you want to say?
2 years ago, when I said your dad's car was in a hit and run, I accidentally hit your dad's car. There was no damage to my car, but it really jacked up your dad's car. We listen and don't judge. You know, I said that Roman ran away. I was on a walk with him, and I didn't have his leash.
Okay, Jasmine, who is the lady? Are you talking about the lady Deinfluenced or me? Which one? I'm just trying to clarify that part because I do recall me saying most, and I also say that we don't know what people are doing behind closed doors. So I was trying to just get clarification on that part, and please don't go back and forth. We got to respect each other's opinions, okay? Because it is opinions, okay, based off of what this girl puts out, and yeah, what we've seen, because she's a cult member. Let's see. I take responsibility for how I feel regarding Thorn. I accept accountability for how I feel the same way that Thorn should accept the content and narrative that she chose to put out the end. Yes, okay. Right. It doesn't take a doctor to see that she's abusing her children. It is common sense. Any decent parent can see that. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. I was just clarifying.
And some guys were playing basketball, and I had to play that basketball. I turned around, and he was gone. I didn't know he was going to be
lost my dog.
Gone forever.
So you lost my dog.
We listen, we listen, right?
And we don't judge.
Hey there, my work crafting wizards. In today's episode, I want to show you a cool new way you can make some extra money as a designer or.
And I don't think that this we've come so far and we're so happy is actually genuinely what's going on. I really, truly don't. You know, we talked about before about the whole fact that Nika, weaponizes her insecurities against everyone. That in itself is an extremely toxic trait, to use your past and your insecurities against your partner isn't okay, because at the end of the day, it's not them that hurt you. It's the other guy that hurt you and messed you up. I can understand having that.
Okay, I'm going to pause this here because we got through the relationship part. I also wanted to, and we'll pick up because, like I said, I'm breaking this down into different sections. In regards to this comment, Michael, turn that off. In regards to this comment, I want to say this. The part that we've seen, Jasmine, from when Thorne, take that in there, Michael, from when Thorne had one of the CPS workers recorded there in Hawaii, and I don't think the lady knew she was on recording. Well, we could tell that that CPS worker was not really doing her due diligence. She was actually trying to give Thorne, in my opinion, a way to get around the system. So I don't think that she did a thorough investigation, which would have called for a lot more. Okay. If she would have even just looked at the reaction channels in the videos Thorne thought she was getting rid of her saying, she lied about an incident, even with saying something inappropriate about her son, that a content creator really did capture that moment. She flat out lied to CPS. Okay. There are different things, questions I would have asked. I would have gone more into detail about their school. I would have spoken with the children one-on-one. So yeah, CPS stays failing kids. And this is a whole other live. I'm not going to do that on this live. But when I tell you, girl, that is a whole other live where we could show like where CPS has failed so many kids. And I've done a live about that. So I wouldn't even put CPS as a form of evidence or justification for something, because we have seen incidents where CPS has been at homes 10 plus times and the kids still end up unalive. Okay, people know how to beat the system. They know how to because there was just a video with that same lady. She was all nice and polite while CPS was there, and the lady couldn't even get down the hallway, on the elevator, down the steps before she started cussing everybody out on the live, including holding her son while she was doing that, and her other kids in the background. Okay, but she didn't show that part of herself to CPS. So that there, I wouldn't even bring up. Don't even bring that part up, because they are not good proof or evidence. I'm on live. Hold on, Micah. You got to put it in the second one. Not being able to see the red flags is alarming to me. Take it in there. This is why Oakland won't give me a wrench. Girl, you silly. She's literally only showing y'all what she wants. Yeah, and I agree with that. So it's even worse. Okay. And she's showing us worse on camera. Good Lord. What is she doing behind the scenes? I am afraid for everyone in that household. Good afternoon. Early years unfolded. Welcome. And for those of you who don't know, this is Doc, one of her new channels that she has been promoting. So thank you so much. We welcome you. DJ said, just because CPS hasn't taken her kids doesn't mean she's not doing wrong. We see all the time on her lives. Exactly, DJ. Okay. Right, Peggy. We're not going to use CPS as justification. Okay. Thank you, Jay. Kane says she's showing us things she doesn't want us to see, to like a filthy house of starving kids. That's not on purpose, and she's not in control at all. Exactly. She exploits the children for YouTube, rarely feeds them, helps them in school, psychologically abuses them. It's so obvious. Yeah, a lot of stuff you can just look, you can look at her lives. Okay, if CPS really wanted to, well, see, they don't do the lives anymore because it was so much getting out. Okay. Yeah, they fail 90% of kids. Girl, I could be a better CPS worker because I would get to the bottom. Okay. I could get to the bottom of what they didn't, because it's a lot of stuff she was hiding. Okay. From what I heard, it was because there were so many false reports. Yeah, from what you heard, but Jasmine, there were some things that could be proven. You see what I'm saying? Like some people I know, that support her, whatever. Yes, when you look at face value at her channel, even with Nika Diwa, I was just sharing with them. People were telling me about this lady, and I go over there, I'm like, well, what's wrong? Because I don't see anything wrong. It looks like her and her family love each other and her husband. Well, after you start seeing the deception, misleading, the inappropriate stuff, all of that, then you start seeing why people are saying certain things. There were things that could be proven. Okay, not just people going on. This was based off of what she was showing, what people were hearing in the background. There was a live that I did, and she was on live eating something, ice cream or something, and number 3 hit the baby. And you could hear her in the background saying, you got to quit hitting the baby. She's told us that multiple times. When she was talking to Brad, she was saying, oh my goodness, I don't know why he keeps hitting the baby in the head. Okay, that is on live. So what would CPS be doing in that situation? That you have a mom saying that one of her children keeps hitting a baby in his head. Why didn't CPS do something about that? Okay, when she showed her own pantry with no food there, how come CPS didn't investigate that more? So that's all I'm saying. Some of those reports were not false. She's telling her people that, but those things could be proven if they would have done due diligence and did some investigation. They were so quick and they hurried up and moved from Hawaii. So of course, bam, she gets away again. Okay, she's moved back. She doesn't want people to know about the school and things of that sort. And who's to say if she hasn't received some school notes saying that from the truancy officers, if the kids are missing so many days at school? We don't know that part. We don't know if they're making good grades or not, but we can see, and I'm an educator. Okay, I've had almost 17 years in education. I've worked with kids, and I can tell that there are some speech delays for one, and there should be with number 3 and number 4. And I'm glad that number 4 started talking, because I was saying she needs to take him for a checkup and get his hearing tested. It's no cap on the kids, but they should be further along considering their ages. That's all I'm saying. I'm speaking as an expert. Okay, I'm not just on here. That is my field. I've gone to school. I have a master's degree. And no, I don't brag about those things, but I'm saying there are things that I see. I just don't talk about everything on here like that. But there are some things that I see. And we have to open up our eyes and quit saying, oh, this is my favorite content creator, I love them, and all of that. Yes, you can love a person. They can be your favorite content creator, but also hold people responsible for the things that we do see. And if it's affecting kids, that was our whole cause over here, is to help the children. Do some things with your children. Right now, this is about to be about her. Okay, a lot of the stuff that she did, taking $15K to go and get a breast surgery, when you are saying that your kids, they going to church with flip-flops on and shorts on, 2 big shoes, but then you out here bragging about your surgery? Girl, stop. That's not a flex. That's all I'm saying. Make sure they're taken care of first. Sometimes we have to go on the back burner to make sure our kids get what they need. CPS is overworked, understaffed, and there aren't enough of them. Right. We did a whole live about this. So that's not a good comment to make. Yes, exactly, Kane. We could use this baby as an example. Do we want to say, oh, but CPS didn't take him? They sure didn't. They sure didn't. And they left him there. And what happened? Bam, that baby is gone. Unnecessarily. His life was taken. So do we want that to happen to these children that, oh, we've been sent? I truly feel that it was such a time as this that people saw some of the things. They were actually able to get food after people started speaking up about it. Okay, so it was some progress being made because people started speaking. That's all I'm saying. And I'm passionate about that thing. Kids come to school hungry. They're dealing with grown up issues, but yet we're trying to protect the parent. No, what you protecting the parent for? They need to get it together. Yes, they're understaffed. I believe the school did call 2T. Yes. Yes, and I don't see anything wrong with cursing. I mean, my mom cursed too. I did. Yeah, I don't think that's a crime. I can name countless. Yes, right, Kane. Hey, Lolo. Hey, sis. I mean, that thing hurts my heart. Like, they stay failing these kids. And I've seen kids, y'all. You can tell that something has happened. Yeah, V, it's good. All true. She went off like a bomb. Yes. Right. Okay. That's a good point. That's not right either. We can't be out here stealing. Oh, they ain't catch me. They will catch you one day. Yeah, it's freedom of speech. Yes. Right. Did I speak, Lolo? Girl, like that thing, and it's not anything with Jasmine. I'm just saying I'm passionate about that topic. Like we cannot say, oh, because CPS didn't take kids, the parent must be okay. No, people know how to beat the system. There are a lot of kids out here, y'all, going through a lot behind the scenes that the parents know how to put on the act, hugging the child in front of the CPS worker. Then when CPS goes out the door, go on in there in your room, treating them like trash. They know how to beat the system. They're understaffed. They have people that don't care. Do y'all know how many? Yes, like Queen says, do you know how many children fall between the cracks and that have lost their lives due to negligence? Like, seriously, I think people are confused with morale and what's legal. Summer Wells fell by CPS. Yes. Hey, Blueberry Boots, welcome. Thank you for joining. Yes, take the rose-colored glasses off. Exactly. I feel that if you're a supporter of hers, help her to grow. Help her to grow. Because I've even had her back on that. I said, I don't think she had some good examples growing up. She was in between houses, okay, when she was younger. Her mom has even said that. I don't, then if her mom was allegedly abused and things of that sort. And she was young when she had her children. So she's growing up at the same time with her children. But we need some of her supporters to hold her accountable instead of kissing her behind in those chats. And no, I'm not saying this specifically to Jasmine. I'm just saying anybody who in there kissing her behind and letting her do her children like that. No, hold her accountable. Okay, she's cooking, not washing her hands, kissing them all in the lips, knowing she probably had something. We don't know. She said it was help A, then she said it's not. Okay, hold her accountable, help her, teach her. We've been trying, but y'all say that we bullying. Okay, no, hating and all of this, the hate channels. No, we're speaking up for what's right and trying to help her and the kids. But then some people got tired of trying to help her and now trying to help the kids. Yeah, like, mm-mm. And V was a supporter too, Jasmine. She was this one too. She said for over 6 months, and she was able to see what the freak I needed to see. And Open Book helped me realize certain things that I was bypassing purely based on how much I supported her at that time. Right. And V came over here. She was never disrespectful, and we could communicate. That's all we're saying. Keep an open mind, you know, like seriously, keep an open mind. It almost put tears in my eyes. Like, seriously, y'all, it's no game. It's really not. Even so much as this week, one of the students where I work had been acting out. And I was like, I've never seen him act out like that. He hadn't been acting out. And lo and behold, it was something taking place at his house. Okay. When kids act out, it's sometimes a sign, especially the ones that are smart. You know, they're usually quiet. You see a change in behavior. And sometimes I could sense that from the way his hair was disheveled, the smell. Those are real life things. Some people don't have lights. Some people going through no food at home. Jasmine, go look at the reaction channels. We've already pointed that out, sis. Okay. I'm not going to keep saying what have we have seen a lot. A lot. Okay. She's taking the videos down. So the only way you're going to see her putting her child under some cold water, okay, while she drowning him almost in front of everyone. Okay. Go back to looking at some of those where she's saying inappropriate things in front of her children pertaining to body parts. You got to go watch the reaction channels because they have more of it. All you need to do is watch her content is in there very quickly. Doesn't take very long. Right. Go hear her talking about how her son hitting the other baby in his head. I was happy when he went with the grandparents because I didn't want him to get hit in the head. That's sad. You don't know what kind of damage can be done. When was the last time she's taken the kids for their checkups? She took the one son, number 2, to the dentist after everyone kept talking about it. She did the video to prove it. Now, when is the next time she's going to take it? Right. Go watch the videos. Tosh, Kween, Block. They're out there. Okay. Because, girl, it would take a whole other 2 lives or 3 to go through all of the stuff that we saw. Yeah, the baby got stuck. His head was stuck between the bars on the balcony of the high rise. Exactly. Y'all behind in the comments. I'm so sorry. Let me catch up. Definitely with this new congressional staff, it's only going to get worse. Right. I don't watch those. I like watching actual full video. Well, you won't get the full truth, Jasmine. You won't. She's going to private the videos. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, B said, I got common sense. That's all it takes. They miss so much school. Okay, I don't even know what they're going to do on the standardized test. Number 2 was burned in scalding bath water and fell down the stairs in a coma. Do your homework. Yeah, and even recently when they were doing the muffins, she let number 1 take out the muffin pan and burned himself. And then we heard number 2 saying, here's some ice because I know what that feels like. He had just gotten burned. Well, is she letting the kids take out their own food? They're too young. They don't know how to properly handle a hot pan. I honestly would. I'm not. I can't because, I mean, my thing is take a whole other lot. Accountant, her math ain't. Oh my goodness. No, not with those shoes, Jasmine. Not with those shoes, girl. Them shoes didn't even look like they belonged to the kids. And ask her too, when you go back, ask her what happened to the new shoes that she bought them. When she did that video, she bought them all new shoes. What happened to those shoes? No reason number 10-year-old should speak like a 4. Right. I can't tell the difference between him and the 4-year-old speaking, and it's no cap. And it's okay if they wear shorts and jeans to that church. I know that there are some churches, yes, that you can wear different dress and outfits, but those shoes did not look like they belonged to them. They were too big. Where are the new shoes? Jasmine, since you're a supporter, what do you think of the DV incident? Did Cactus lie to police about her husband beating her, or did he really beat her? She prides herself on being honest. So which is it? Now that's a good one. Okay. That's a good one because that report showed a couple of things we had questions about. Okay, but cussing in front of kids is wrong. She throwing say bad words in front of her kids. Unfortunately, there are a lot of CPS workers that don't do their job. Most of them, these kids are a case spot. Exactly. Shout out to Early Years Unfolded. Thank you so much for the super chat. She said they need to see the importance of shaping the character of their children as the future generation, not just leaving assets. Okay. You better say that again. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Anyone that is a mandated reporter in her orbit, right, will call CPS, especially online, and rightfully so. Right, because there are mandated reporters that are in education in different fields that are supposed to report. Anyone is really supposed to report. Okay. Yes, Queen. Go to the grave sites of the children whose lives were lost because children were left in their homes and CPS had failed them. Yes. Okay. You better say that. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Lolo. I appreciate you all. I'm trying to catch up right quick. Right. To say that it's so disrespectful to the victims that lost their lives because CPS left them in the home, so it must be okay. Right, right. Yeah, hold her responsible. I'm specifically saying this to Jasmine without the ego. B gonna say what she gonna say. Okay, when supporters justify or overlook harmful behavior, they don't just protect the person responsible, they perpetuate the harm. Oh, come on now, Doc. Yes, you are so right. You are complicit. If you come on now, if you are sitting there and you see something is happening to kids and you don't speak up, you are complicit. The time that she held, now this is on her live, she held her baby up, soaking wet. He was soaking wet. She held him up. The baby stayed in the diaper while she continued to talk on live and while her husband was in the background in the comments on his cell phone. They didn't even realize that the baby had taken his diaper off. And then it wasn't until a couple of supporters said, oh, turn around. He has his diaper off. And she hurried up and cut the live at that point because he's butt naked. No, if you had put the phone on mute or said, hold on, let me take care of my son, instead of saying, oh, let me go over here and be on live and talk my crap. Girl, stop. You should have stopped and took care of your son. Just like the other time when we were on live, it was the both of them that were sitting at the desk. This was when she was trying to do her classes and trying to get XYZ. They realized that her baby was wet again. Her and her husband didn't even want to get up and go get a diaper. He didn't even know where the diapers were. Like, who gonna hold her accountable for that? So you mean to tell me nobody on that live thought that was wrong? It has to be a person that disagrees with her to go in there and get possibly blocked to go and say, girl, go change your baby's diaper. They fighting over, she's saying, I'll buy your lunch if you do it. You don't even want to change your child's diaper. Like, girl, no, Eventually, her supporters aren't doing her right. Right, exactly. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Jay, for the super chat and for being a sponsor. Jay said we love and support you because we know your passion on this topic. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. And that's all I'm saying. It's no disrespect. No, you weren't disrespectful. You keeping it respectful. I know I can hear it, very passionate about kids. Yes, because we have to see those kids when they come to school. Yes. She says she has kids. Right. What's that? Get that out your mouth. And someone, because they can't see each other. Yes, moving them around. But that's all she knows because she was moved around a lot. Real body fit. KG, now that made me laugh. Blind loyalty becomes a shield for misconduct, allowing it to spread and deepen. If something happens to those children, they share the responsibility. Exactly. Kane said publicly shaming your children every day isn't a safe environment, and that's the very least of the problems. Right. See that right there, open book. I watched a reaction video and they said it was hot water. That's why I say I only want to see it from her. Who said it was hot water? On what part, Jasmine? And I was one of those supporters. When I did peep something that I didn't like, I told her and she didn't like it. Yeah, she even talked noise to she even talked noise to me recently. Oh my goodness. T Goddess has content mystic. Yes, those two content creators, yes, they have very good videos as well. Yolanda said I've raised 3 kids of my own. I always put their needs before mine. It takes a lot of sacrifices. I remember letting my car go so my children can go to college and work 2 full-time jobs as a CNA. Yes, Yolanda, sometimes we have to make sacrifices and put some things on the back burner that we want to do just to have the best for them. Yes, thank you, Shelly. More recently, it was cold water with a different kid. I'm talking about the situation with the cold water. And the reason I know it was cold was the baby was shivering. She didn't even give him a towel, left him in the shower, went and stayed on live. Then he said he was done. And she's like, oh, you're done? Didn't even want to go get the baby. She goes live for about an hour. No one sees everything else. And it's sad, though. You may say that, Jasmine, that she goes live for an hour. But guess what? Think about the things we see just in that hour. Now, imagine what goes on behind the scenes. That's horrible. I'm scared. I'm really scared at that point. Okay. Also, in our city, if you don't take the kids to the doctor, CPS will show up. We know how that goes. I always call a spade a spade. Okay. No, we haven't seen grades. And you know what? Also, let me tell you something about grades, Jasmine. Well, what teachers will sometimes do, so we can't even go with that proof. What teachers will sometimes do, they ready to get out of school. Okay, those grades are going to be due before school is out. So what they will do is they will start filling in some little scores. They tired. Okay, the kid ain't at school. They ain't got time to have them make up all that work. Guess what? They're going to give them a 70 and keep it moving. Okay, so we can't even go with grades anymore. I'm going to just be honest, parents. These grades, some of these teachers, they elevate the grades. They put in 70s, 60s, depending on how much time the child and miss, what level they think they're on. So no, that's still not good justification for me. She never went to the hospital. Okay. Yes, the stove, Doc. Yes, he burned himself. And the other son put the ice on it. She didn't. She stayed on live or did a video. Right, PM. I've never seen it in my life. Now that's something different that she has from Nika Diwa, because we don't see her doing that part. Okay. Her kids looking nice. She not on there bragging about money. When people have money, they don't brag about it. Okay. I'm telling you. Every new tour, new thing of the kids goes to Facebook Marketplace to sell for substance money. That's why they have it's a trap. Now it's a trap house. Oh my God, y'all got me rolling. Let me calm my nerves, drink a little water. I'm like, some stuff, no, please don't, because we've seen different. And let's not pretend that she didn't let Big Buford give number 2 a public crew cut, knowing he didn't know how to cut hair. Oh, I know. And I felt bad when they were crying with those haircuts and that baby was getting his hair braided. Yes. Having the boys wear dirty Crocs and thong sandals that are too big. That's what I was saying. I wasn't really talking about the outfits. Yeah, it was Easter. They're gonna get out there and do Easter egg hunts, things like that. But why did the number 3 child have on nice shoes, but then you have number 1, number 2 in shoes that look too big and like it's not their shoes? Like, come on, what happened to the new shoes that she bought and she made such a big deal about? Right, T. All someone needs is an hour to know what goes on in that household. Someone that is not blind and have common sense. Okay. And showering the boys on camera. Right. Who wants to take a shower on camera? When she put that perm in her hair and was pretending like it hurt so bad after scratching it and was doing it all for attention, she went over and left the camera off of her. While she proceeds to wash her hair without taking a bath multiple times. We're not going to go there. V said, and while we're at it, someone asked Jasmine without the E, girl, if you don't stop, how she feels about Big Buford being a big deadbeat to his daughter. And his wife said that on live, okay? She called him a deadbeat. We did. She did it first. Right? How can a bald white man cut that little dude's hair? Oh my goodness. DJ is not hard. See, that's the problem with supporters. They don't have common sense, Lord. Y'all don't come for Jasmine. We all having a grown-up conversation. Yeah, how do you feel about that? I'm curious, Jasmine, too, about him not seeing his daughter and taking care of his daughter while she proceeds to call other men that are black deadbeats. She called him a deadbeat too, but she forgets that she called him a deadbeat because she takes those videos down. She didn't say that. They called her wrongdoing, and she actually believes it's a flex. It's something about how she wasn't raised. Seems like she raised herself without any discipline or motherly guidance. Right. Let's talk about the husband calling the kids monkeys. Oh, yeah. What do you think about that, Jasmine? He did that on live. Hi, Angie. Welcome. Don't be ignoring my I read some. Because I know how y'all can get. We're going to keep it cute. Okay. But we're going to lay out some facts, though. Because maybe she just doesn't know. So I'm glad that y'all are putting some things out here that have been caught. Yeah, picking them up. Well, he said it's not by the neck. It's like he puts his hands there, but they're mainly grabbing his arm and he's lifting them. I think he did a video to show how he does that. Yeah, a lot of mental. Some things are not physical abuse. Right, Karen? Yes. Okay. She says she has kids. Poor little tinks. Yeah, when he took it out. Yeah, but moving isn't a crime. Okay, I'm gonna wait to see what she thinks the other things. No, it's not a crime. But you need to keep your kids in school or they can fall behind. How do you feel about baby so hungry he eats a lizard? Yeah. My baby took theirs off all the time and they weren't dirty. That means it's time to potty train. Yes, that does. But were your kids with the soggy, sagging diaper? We've seen that multiple times when she was sick, when she was on live cooking, when they were at the deck. I can go on and on about this. This is totally different. When it's time to potty train, they do that before they use it in the diaper or the pull-up. Not while you sag and wet. Nobody wants a wet diaper on that is so soggy you have to take it off. Right. How do you know what a shape is and are helping them with homework? This is in the 1930s. Did you see the video with her son? Oh, that's a good one too, Peggy. See, we're giving facts, Jasmine, things we saw with our own eyes. Did you see the video when her son was in the ocean at night and she wouldn't go into the water? Was that for a reaction? Okay, don't have to show me proof of nothing. I'm just saying how easy it is for people to lie. Right, people can lie. Even him lifting them up is a trick. It was never by the name. Right, I just said that. Okay. I think that they're both doing things to get a reaction from people. Okay. Let's see. For her to continue to say her and Bigfoot both make six figures is insane. Nothing about the household screams six figures. Who do they think they're fooling? Say it again, because I don't believe that either. I have grown up conversation with actual grown-ups, not gaslighting. V is silly. Hi, Zane. Welcome. KG, they were trying to help the kids with homework on the live and didn't know what the shape was, and it was embarrassing. Oh, oh my gosh. You better look that up. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm not comparing. I'm letting you know that we see the grades. Who sees the grades? She shows y'all the grades. Right? KG is clowning in here. KG said, I've never seen one book, project, field trip, homework. Never. Oh my gosh. We don't know about no field trips. I know it's true because we hired her. Who are you to Thorn, Jasmine? Are you the nanny? Cause girl, if you are the nanny, I want to have you up one day. Are you the nanny? Who is we? Are you one of her mods? Oh, this is your kids. I was about to say, I had to read that. Okay. I was about to say, girl, how do you know Thorn? Oh, yes. T. That's a good point. When she was showing those documents, they hadn't been to the doctor in a long time. Right. We don't need to see the grades, especially educators. We can pretty much gauge if they're on level. Okay. And she has a doctorate. Okay. Under that name, Early Years Unfolded, she has a doctorate degree in education. So she could definitely. Okay. Yep. She doesn't value, I don't think, education like that. Because, yeah. Right. You got to watch them lives. Yes. Okay. Jasmine said she's trying to keep up with us. See, we come ready. Okay. We've been following this. He should have had an adult with him in the ocean. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he should have had an adult. Number 3 years ran into the street. Oh, yeah, number 3 did run into the street, and he got almost hit by a car. Right. Which comment? Let's see. Did I read it? I'm going backwards too. But that's what I'm saying. Who knows if her kids are behind? People don't realize that a lot of homework is done online. Yeah, and most teachers don't even give homework anymore, to be honest. I never seen any in-depth cards, no spelling, no practice, no spelling tips. Hi, Belinda. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Y'all, I'm just tickled. Now I have to calm down because I get passionate about that. Like, we can't play with these kids, and CPS stays failing these kids. Too many kids losing their lives. Too many kids dealing with grown-up issues. It's crazy. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. That is when my eyes open up. What mother would stay on live when her child is lost in the ocean? Right. Peggy, thank you. So, Peggy, you used to be a Rose supporter too? I never knew that. So that's when you started waking up. Okay. No, wait, Kate. Her mom did give her a slide, okay, for her baby. So we at least saw him coming down the slide. Number 1, number 3 almost had tragic accidents. Right. That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna have to get off in a little bit because I gotta take my daughter to her event today. Lauren says she wants to change her image, but true transformation isn't in words, it's in consistent choices. When the agenda remains the same, the rebrand is just a costume. Ooh, not a commitment. You better say that again. Oh my goodness. Yes, Jasmine said all those tests are done in school. My daughter is also in private school in the same city. Yes, they are. Yes, okay. Some parts of her, we did that comparison of Ruby Frankie. Yes. Oh my goodness. I woke up before she moved to Hawaii. Oh wow. See, we have a lot of previous Thorn supporters in here. They started waking up. Jasmine, you gonna wake up today? Jasmine, go ahead. Now I'm trying to keep them off of you. Go ahead and sow a seed. You can send me a super chat, super sticker, cash. Okay. Because, Lord. Girl, you're giving us a run for our money in here, but I think we holding it down. Y'all, I gotta make some light of it. It's funny at this point. Y'all be coming with the facts. Okay. And V, I'm trying to, V growing. So we trying to continue with that growth, trying to keep the mindset bay. But Jasmine she's doing good. She has not been disrespectful. She said, child, Jasmine made me take a break. Okay. Jay said, child, Jasmine made me take a break from cleaning my closet. Oh my goodness. T said, I never subscribed to her, but it ain't take me long to see some wasn't right. Come on. Okay. PM said, yes, I'm trying to stay respectful for my girl. Oh, I thank y'all because I know it's hard, but I think we're still getting our points across though. On both sides of that. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. T said, me too. I had to take a seat. Yes, B is doing very well. We see that those Thursday encouraging words and Sundays are helping. Okay. I'm so proud of my girl. KG been in here laying it down. Okay. She said Race got a metal pole from the slider door and was trying to hit Cactus with it. And that was on live, y'all. Okay. That was on live when that happened. Jasmine was out. The E can try Jesus, not me. I'm not. V is too hot. Okay, V just gonna block people. She not gonna go back and forth. Okay, Jasmine said, currently my baby is outperforming 98% of her peers nationally in reading and 95% in math. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Okay. Reading at a 4th grade level and doing 3rd grade math, and she's only a kinder. Okay. That's really good. Congratulations. My daughter, she does better in math too. I'm waiting to see what those star results looking like. Whew, let me go back up. Okay. Ooh, y'all have me tickled. Y'all even got Lolo in here. Lolo, like, let me go see what's going on. My sis usually taking her nap. Okay. Yeah, that metal pole was coming for her head. If she hadn't moved when she did, she was about to get hit over the head. Okay, you can learn a lot by looking at someone's eyes, and hers are vacant and evil. Ooh. Okay, thank you, Doc, and I will see you later on. Okay, B, keep it going with nices. You're welcome, Jasmine. I almost think the CPS worker in Hawaii was her neighbor or friend. I suspect it was staged. Oops. Okay. Right, JB had me laughing with that every comment. Oh my goodness. Go and take your you want to take a shower real quick, and I'm gonna do your hair. KG, right. He has serious anger issues and she likes to aggravate him to run and tell Bigfoot she thinks we don't peep her. Oh, definitely, yes. And I think Brad even told her one time why she, what word did he use? Taunting number 3. I don't know if y'all remember that live, but he even asked, and that is what I was doing, napping. Okay. I knew she was napping. Yes, Doc, take care. Yes. Without the, that's great. Now comment in Blackthorn's comment section and tell her to do better. Lolo running up my blood pressure. Okay. In Hawaii for months, the kids had no bed, sleeping on piles of dirty laundry. Yes, okay, that's another example. Thank you, KG, for having that list. See, KG came ready. That was another thing. When people started speaking up about the beds, bam, beds started appearing. Okay, people started speaking up about the high chair. Bam, that started appearing. We started seeing furniture appearing, and it was only because people started speaking up about it. It had people not, she would have continued to let her children sleep on the floor, on dirty clothes, all of that. Okay. We don't know where they were sleeping at one point because there was no couch in there and it was only their bed. So I don't know where the kids were sleeping before they got a bed. The boys will need lots of extensive therapy and deprogramming. Yes, especially when it comes to their father. Number 3 is trouble double for sure. Oh my goodness. I'm done. But Thorne doesn't think education is important, so she probably won't care. Right. I think he did need glasses. Yep. He probably does need glasses, but the thing of it is, she probably needs to take him to his appointment. You know, didn't he just turn 4 not too long ago? Okay, because when you take them, they run eye tests, hearing tests, vision tests, I should say, hearing tests, and all of that to see if your children deserve or not deserve or need glasses. I said deserve. If they need glasses and things like that. Them sleeping on the floor is wrong on a moral level, but not legally. Yeah, but also, I think depending on the number of kids you have, when CPS comes, they do ask about how many bedrooms and things you have. So I think they do look into those things as well. If it's boy, girl, how many boys do you have? How many girls? Some of them can't sleep in the same room. So yeah, those things do play a part though. They do look into that. Let your kids stay out in the water. Do not let your kids stay out in the water after dark when sharks feed. Exactly. Kanan, if they don't get it, they're definitely going to turn into everything she preached. They won't be what she called it. F boys, right? Okay. She better get them some therapy. And they are still sleeping on the couch like couch surfers, and they're filthy. Number 3 piece in the bed. She doesn't wash anything. Right. And she even showed us that too one day. The mattress, when she was washing or something, because she said that he stays peeing in their bed. What she can do, and I even suggested that, is if he's potty training overnight, because it took my son, y'all. Sometimes it should be the parents. We just don't want to deal with it. But he finally got it. And sometimes when they're going through that, take it out your mouth. When they're transitioning over, during that stage, she can get some of those bed pads so that he's not peeing in the bed. Yeah, I mentioned the kissing. Yes, kissing, all the kissing, the lips. Oh my gosh. No, she doesn't. I don't feel that she does. Yeah, it's still wrong. Yes, exactly, Janelle. I agree with that. She has failed them in every way, right? They're gonna need some therapy. Y'all, oh my God. Those of you who just came in, um well, some people in the chat said that they had reported that bathing suit short that Thorne had, where she was trying them on, that she got a breast surgery. They said that that video has been taken down by YouTube. They got confirmation in email saying that it was taken down. Oh, sure, Shelly. I'm gonna send it to the message chat. Okay. Jasmine said I found my baby sleeping under her bed. That's different, but she had a bed. Yeah, I think that's a little different, but they do that. She don't take them because they don't keep insurance, but yet they make so much it doesn't add up. Right? You should be able to pay cash. Just take them to the doctor and pay cash. I believe that number 3 will be 5 in July. Oh, okay, so coming up, then he needs to go to his new appointment. Yeah, we don't like or hate her. Yeah, like calling out different things. CPS wants the kids on the bed. Right. Shelly, I sent it. Did you get it? Kids sleeping on floors with piles of dirty clothes is not anything to try and defend. Right. She's not working with him, Obi. You can go with me to drop her off. From what she said, the clothing was clean. I don't believe it. They stayed, girl. You can look at that California shirt. She's worn that multiple times and it's dirty. She's even shown us dirty clothes piled up in her laundry room, y'all. There's no excuse. Okay. Are you in blue in the face yet? I was a long time ago. Especially considering the fact that she does not work. Right. Kids sleeping on urine every night because she won't wash the bedding, but every 3 days. That's nasty. Okay, y'all. My sis Shelly Shells is coming to the stage. You ready, sis?
Hi,
Hey.
hi everybody. Good afternoon. How y'all doing? I just wanted to come up here real quick to just to say a couple things to Jasmine real quick. Um Jasmine, I see that you visiting today with a lot of old questions and things like that that we have already did and went over. So I'm trying to figure out I think you are aligned with Rose. And if you think that it is all right for kids to sleep on clothes and don't have beds, but the moms, out here, making all this money and all this, and you think that's right, then I think you probably are in the wrong chat. I think you came in here really to like try to discombobulate the chat, but you can't. It's not going to work. All the things that you want to know, you know the answers to, because you asking questions like you know a lot about what's going on. And if you agree with Thorn and her ways of parenting and how she shows us how she does the kids and all of that, then this probably wouldn't be the chat for you. We advocate, for the kids. We want Rose to do better and things like that. And we are not going to applaud sleeping on the floor and piles of clothes and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's why we're not the chat is really not coming at you. We are actually we're a good group of people over here. You know what I mean? We break stuff down. Sis been covering this story for a long time, and I'm sure you have been in the bushes. But then you come out with these questions that we done did these lives about what weeks ago, you know, and then you try to like gaslight us to make it. Well, my son, I found him under the bed. Okay, okay, you found your son under the bed. Okay, kids do what they do. That's not still justifying them sleeping on clothes and moms having thousands of money and ain't taking care of their kids right. And what she's showing us is that she does not take care of her kids the way that she should. Period. Point blank. So that's all I wanted to come up here and say because I just I just didn't keep wanting to address it in the chat or the you know her comments, which is is valid if but nah. we not gonna go backwards and answer all the things that we done went through, and take us back to the CPS, and things like that that we done already broke down and went over, baby girl. So ain't nothing that you can say or any way that you can put this that she is being a good mother to them kids. Yes, yeah, the things that she show us in that 1 hour is unbelievable. And you can't sit there and say that you sat through a live and didn't say, "Oh my God," because I sat there for 5 minutes and I couldn't take no more. So um yeah, other than that, we have Bible studies over here on Thursdays. So you're welcome to come over on Thursdays with us too. We have Bible study. Since you came in, you're welcome though. You're welcome. And we have game nights also. And and we talk, and my sis open, she talked about a variety of different things, so you're very welcome. But I just wanted to address that about Rose, because like the things you're questioning, we already done went over, and I think you already know the answers to. So sis, that's all I wanted to say. I love y'all. I love you, chat.
Love you
And I'm
too.
going back down in here. My blood pressure is going up, and I don't like when the chat gets overwhelmed. So
Oh my
um
God.
back to the regular scheduled program. I'm back in the chat. I love y'all.
We love you too, sis. Thank you for coming up. Did she just wait a minute? Did she just drop the mic on me? Dropped it. Oh my God, Shelly had me laughing. She was inviting Jasmine to our Bible study. Thank you, Yolanda. Yes, we do. We do a variety. Y'all know, Shelly, we told y'all know, those of you who've been following, that's my sis. We have different personalities, whereas I try to sugarcoat and try to talk about certain things. Her tolerance level is not the same as mine. When she has had it, she is okay. Oh, but it was all fun and respectful. Yes, Jasmine, we've allowed you to share, and we've shared some things as well. Shelly is my sis, so that's why I dropped it. But when we have open discussion, then you'll be able to come up. It's all respectful. You're welcome here anytime. Even if we have different views. Hopefully, some things that we said today, though, have opened your eyes on some stuff. Okay, because yeah, we've gone through a lot of this. You can watch some of my previous videos, also some of the other reaction channels. They have more of those videos that show more proof of the things that we talked about. Okay, right. Love. Girl, I was like, I didn't even know what Shelly was talking about. Oh, okay, that would be a good book, Jasmine. Wow, yes, that would be a good book. Yes, you're welcome anytime. Yeah, you did, and we agree. I did, agree with some of the things you said as well. So yeah, yes, I'm opening a writing workshop tonight. Okay, those of you who would like to attend, let me play my short commercial. Yes, come back at Thursday. Encouraging word. Hi, Angela. Welcome. Let me play my short commercial before we get out of here. For those of you who are still interested, registration will be open all the way through June 6th. You can hop in at any time, even if you're not able to join today. Okay, I'll be right back.
I want you to know your story matters. Your voice matters, whether it's based on your own life or completely fictional or a blend of both. Your words have power, and someone is waiting to hear them and read them. There are words you have that heal, inspire, and transform others, but they heal and inspire and transform you as well. My first book wasn't the finish line. It was the beginning. It opened doors for me to connect with others, to connect with myself more deeply, to blend passions for writing, music, fashion, healing, and continue growing into the woman God always intended me to be.
Okay, so yes, I put the workshop link in the chat if you're interested in joining, or if you would like to sponsor someone. If you're not interested, that's also an option. Just let me know. We've had a couple of sponsors, and I really, really thank and appreciate them for doing that. I'm so excited. Um, Belinda, I can't plant until the 7th. Oh, okay, y'all are working on y'all's gardens. Yes, Jasmine, 7:30 Central Time on Thursdays. Also, usually on Sundays. Now, I don't know about tomorrow, y'all, because of my husband playing somewhere different. So I got to see how the timing will work. But yes, y'all are able to join the writing workshop at any time. Excuse me. And Jasmine, when we have open panel discussion, you're welcome. If I had the time today, I honestly would have let you up, but I have to get my daughter ready and take her to her dance performance here. Because y'all know, hey, I don't care about debating and talking about stuff, but everybody kept it respectful, and I really, really appreciate that, because y'all, that's what's missing a lot on these YouTube streets, is people don't know how to communicate as adults and get their points across. We're trying to teach kids in school how to do that. Okay, they have to write papers where they learn how to defend their points. And so y'all did an awesome job with that. Everyone, I know we're passionate and things like that. So thank you so, so much. Yes, subscribe and hit that notification. Right. Okay. Get up, Micah. Oh, okay. See, I don't know how to garden. I couldn't even take care of one plant. Okay. There's the registration link in the chat. Let's see. Kane said, if I wrote a story about my life, it would be a wild ride. And sis, those are the things that are selling. Okay, we're going to talk about that today. The top genres and things of that sort. You can turn your life into a fictional story and be a top seller if you don't even want to tell that it's you. Because some of our lives would be a wild story. Okay, you just got to put it in a book, put it on paper. Thank you, Yolanda. She said, great segment. Enjoyed it. Have a great day and a fabulous Sunday. Last Sunday, my brother's sermon was straighten up. Come on now. You too, Yolanda. Thank you so much. Someone let Jasmine know. Jasmine without the E, know the open book opens doors. You just have to keep your ears and your eyes open and be willing to learn. Thank you, V. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I have a video on my boat garden containers. Okay. Okay, Jasmine, thank you so much. Okay, so you took dance so fun. Yes, she loves it. She's a minion today. Shout out to Jay for being a member for 2 months. Okay. She said prayers God moves through you while teaching class. Thank you, Jay. I received that. Thank you so much. God bless you, and thank you for being a sponsor too. Jasmine said, have a great day, everyone, and drink lots of water. Okay. Thank you so much. Miss Kathleen said, hi, Micah. Yes, blessings to everyone. Janelle said, my youngest daughter turns 5 tomorrow. Oh, wow. Happy birthday to her. I'm so emotional. Girl, you're emotional at 5? She's not going to college.
Y'all, I'm turning into a minion.
Okay. Oh my goodness, but I get it. They do grow up fast. My baby about to be 8, y'all. I just can't believe that either. Okay. Happy birthday to her. How was dance today? She's doing it. Their performance starts at 5. So I'll be watching live, because at the same time I'll be preparing set up for my class. So I'm dropping her off, take some little pictures and things like that. Ooh, that outfit kind of looks hot. Y'all got a lot going on.
I'm a minion.
I'm on vacation. I just want to stop in and support. Okay, Queen Tandy, thank you so much, girl, and enjoy that vacation. Oh my goodness. Jasmine said, oh my God, her voice. Thank you. Happy vacation, Tandy. Yes, I'm jealous. Okay. Janelle said, thank you so much for the kind words. Yes, tell your baby happy birthday. Jay said, everyone have a great weekend and see y'all somewhere in these YouTube streets, right? Miss Kathleen said, justice will be great. Okay, let's see. Queen Sandy, enjoy yourself. Yes. Okay, Micah Man's going to say a few words, and then we are done.
And then I'm going to sing my theme song.
Okay, sing the theme song for today, because we're going to get off.
I'm singing this.
No, because we don't have enough time. Come on.
All right.
He wants to sing his theme song, y'all.
Micah and friends, let's explore your dream. We can have some fun. Micah and friends, let's explore the world. We can do all kinds of things. We can do pretend everything. Let's have some fun together. We can play. We can be friends. Let's stick together and play together. Micah and friends. Let's explore their dream. We can have some fun. Micah and friends. Let's play. Micah and friends.
Yay! That's his theme song. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. He can see all of y'all's messages. Thank y'all so much. Oh, and also let me go put on some.
I already did.
You did? Okay. Yes. I just want to make sure. Let me go over here.
It smells something.
Let's see here. Okay. I forgot, y'all. Kane Corso says she loves it, Micah. Thank you. Jojo. Hey, Jojo. Jojo said, great job. Got a lot of hand claps. Yay. Shout out to PM for being a sponsor today. Shout out to Early Years Unfolded for being a sponsor. Shout out to Jay for being a sponsor. And then also, Jay, thank you for being a member as well. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Janelle. She said, fantastic singing. Get that out your mouth. Thank you for the sponsors. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that. And thank you and shout out to my mods, Lolo and Shelly Shell, for being in here. Thank you, ladies. I love y'all. Shout out to everyone in here. Thank y'all for just your input, your engagement, and keeping it cute and respectful. And Jasmine, you are welcome to come back because I do want you to come onto the panel because they think you're either Thorn or one of the mods. Look, we need to see. Okay. But thank you for challenge. Y'all, I love a good challenge. Okay. And so we kept it good. And thank you. Shout out to Shelly Shells for coming up on the panel as well. Thank y'all so much. I love each and every one of you. Make sure you hit that like button. Also subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell because you never know when I'm going to go live.
That's my part.
Thank y'all. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.